Chairman, Board of Directors, SACCO. Chairman was my colleague. We were governance together. Members of the board, including the Commission of Cooperatives, the CEO of SACCO, and the staff, the CGC from the Nairobi County, Church of Business and Household Opportunities, plus the Chief Officer from the county government, Nairobi, distinguished guests, cooperative leaders present, members of the Fourth Estate, ladies and gentlemen, good morning once again. I want to apologize that I came in late because I had planned for another meeting 2 weeks ago and I couldn't remember. I was reminded late yesterday, so I had to attend to it. I was meeting the leadership of coffee millers. As you know, the ministry is leading reforms in the coffee sector. So I had to go for that meeting, but I alerted the PS that I will be there and I'll come here late. So let me start by sincerely thanking the board of SACCO for organizing the breakfast meeting to officially release the SACCO Supervision Annual Report 2023. For those who may not be aware, the SACCO Supervision Annual Report is both a statutory report as well as a ministerial report. I appreciate each one of you for showing up today to witness this auspicious occasion. I look forward to deepening our collaboration and consultations as we take the SACCO industry and the larger cooperative sector to the next level over the next 3 years. Ladies and gentlemen, I've had occasion to look at the 2023 annual SACCO Supervision Report, and I looked at this when I was going for vetting. I had to know what is in those reports because that forms a very good summary of the entire industry. And I'm happy to report that the SACCO industry has continued to grow despite operating under very difficult economic conditions and several policy and market limitations. The total membership among the 357 regulated SACCOs increased by 6.5% to 684 million in 2023 from 6.42 million reported in 2022. This is a commendable growth rate, but we must not forget that it represents just under 30% of the total adult working population in Kenya. From the World Council of Credit Union statistical report, there are countries with over 40% penetration rate. Thus, there is a huge room for growth for Kenya's SACCO industry. SACCO has on a continuous annual basis published the licensed and the authorized SACCOs in the Kenya Gazette and the national newspapers as required by law. This list is always made available to SACCO's website throughout the year. The government is therefore calling upon the public to strictly avoid investing their savings in entities which are not licensed. I also call upon the regulated SACCOs, together with other stakeholders, particularly the media, to join hands in educating the public on the financial perils of undertaking SACCOs business with unlicensed entities, especially those pyramid-like entities. Ladies and gentlemen, the SACCO system has continued to provide affordable credit facilities to household economies while relying mainly on the member savings and share capital. The economic sectors funded by the SACCO span productive and social sector, including agriculture, housing, business, health, and education. The loan portfolio by the regulated SACCOs in 2023 increased by 11.5% to reach 758 billion Kenya shillings, a marginal decline from 11.67 recorded in 2022. The government is committed to further deepen the ability of SACCOs to continue playing this critical role. Although the report shows that there was an increase in crop rate deposits by 9.9% in 2023 compared to 9.84% in 2022, this growth remains behind that of the loan portfolio, which recorded a 11.5% growth. That the financing gap for loans was financed primarily through member share and retained earnings. Ladies and gentlemen, over the last 14 years, SACCO has been doing a commendable work in overseeing the implementation of prescribed prudential and operational standards. This has ensured that a substantial degree of financial stability of the SACCO industry being witnessed today is achieved and sustained. However, SACCO is the regulatory agency and does not manage the SACCOs on a day-to-day basis. The day-to-day management is the responsibility of the elected board of directors and the appointed management staff. Notably, members at the general meeting consider and pass resolutions to be implemented by the elected board of directors through appointed management staff, giving them a huge opportunity to hold the board to account. This responsibility must be facilitated and exercised with diligence at all times. The SACCO supervision reports and other supervisory guidance notes published provide SACCO members with very useful information on the prudent management of SACCOs. I therefore invite SACCO members and those intended to join SACCOs to read these reports and supervisory guidance notes. To this extent, I'm happy to note that SACCO has recently published 2 supervisory guidance notes on the governance and management of SACCOs, one on good governance practices and the other on compliance management and resolutions, both of which are publicly available on SACCO website.
Okay. Yes. I'll call upon the board of SACCO.
Governance is one of the weaknesses that we have. most cooperatives are mismanaged by the officials chosen by the members of the cooperatives, especially the SACCOs. We have known cooperatives like Cusco, they have gone down because of that. Metropolitan, they are struggling, and others more. Even Apia, they were in my office the other day, they're also trying to manage liquidity issues. And we feel as a government, we cannot sit and watch that happen. And that's why the bill has come to regulate the way members are chosen. We are thinking of having term limits for the officials. Some have been chair for as long as 30 years. Someone is 80, but he has been a chair since 50. When he was 50 until 80, he's still a chair of our cooperative, especially these coffee cooperatives. And as mentioned also, the cooperatives as a function is devolved. But when it was devolved, it was not clear what the national government will do and what the county governments will do. So the cooperative bill has come up with a mechanism that will make sure that there is proper interaction between the national government and the county government, and also strengthen the supervisory role of SASRA as a supervising agency on behalf of the government. Those are most of the issues that are addressed there. And of course, we have also to look at the SACCO Act, which actually establishes SASRA.